Hello children, we are coming to the next video number 27. Now I told you I have marked some problems and all. Now these problems are all solved in that PDF and it's quite simple, just as how I explain and tell you here. In the same manner, if you just go on this one, what is that, reading those steps there given in that PDF, you will understand. You will understand surely. But if you don't understand, you have to write, and if you don't understand, you can ask me by the message or through something. You can ask, I will tell you. Okay. And then see, I'm just thinking of doing one more or two more sums. Which one? A vertical pole, that 15th sum, you see, 15th sum, a vertical pole of length 6 meters. So you have got the textbook before you. You should have it, and see, when I'm reading and explaining, you try to understand. A vertical pole of length 6 meters casts a shadow. Please, when I read the sum, you also look there. Sum number 15. Sum number 15. Page number 49. Okay. Page number 49. Sum number 15. A vertical pole of length 6 meters casts a shadow 4 meters long on the ground, and at the same time a tower casts a shadow 28 meters long. Find the height of the tower. This problem depends upon similarity of triangles only. So first of all, you should know how to draw the figure. A vertical pole of length 6 meters is there, and another tower is there. So a tower means it will be surely a little big only. So AB is the tower, and I will I have shown you the AB is the tower, I said, and I will write here tower. And it is also casting a shadow. Okay, it casts a shadow of 28 meters long from here to here. It is 28 meters. It casts a shadow 28 meters, and then a vertical pole of length 6 meters. Pole is there. The pole is here, say CD, and at the same time a tower casts a shadow 28 meters long. When I am reading it, you should understand. A vertical pole of length 6 meters. So this is pole. CD is the pole. AB is the tower. Now it casts a shadow 4 meters long. So from here to here it is 4. Which one? This pole. 6 meters pole casts a shadow of 4 meters on the ground, and at the same time a tower casts a shadow 28 meters long. So from here to here it is 28 meters. And see, find the height of the tower. So you have to find the height of the tower. Now I am going to join this like this. So see, here it is. So now what happens is, there are two triangles here. Both are right angle triangles, because vertical pole and tower means they will be perpendicular to the ground. No? So that is the case. Now you have to find the height of the tower means, see, two triangles are there. You have to remember the intercepted triangle and the original triangle and all. So this is AB is the tower, CD is the what is that? CD is the pole, and let us say this is E. So what you should do is, these two triangles, intercepted triangle and the original triangle, they are both similar to each other. Why? See, this angle is 90 degrees. These two angles are 90 degrees. Angle E is common there for both, because it is in triangle CDE as well as triangle ABE. So in this figure now, in triangle ABE and CDE, in triangle ABE and CDE, by the corollary of BPT, by the corollary, I am just writing the points, because anyway you are going to see that PDF and you will write there. By the corollary of BPT I will write the formula like this. AB by CD, they will be the corresponding sides. AB by CD will be equal to BE, because I am taking the original triangle, big triangle, so BE by DE. And I don't want the other ratio. Of course, the other ratio will be AE by CE, but I don't want it. I don't know the measurement also of those two. That's why I need only 2. That's enough for me. I can find what they have asked. Now AB is H actually, because I've written there H, height of the tower. AB by CD. CD is 6. See, so simple it becomes afterwards. BE is 28, because it is the shadow of the tower. And DE is 4. So you have got 2 simple ratios here now. 2 equal this. So you can just cross multiply and do the sum now. So H you have to find. So actually what it is, by cross multiplying, H into 4, it is equal to 28 into 6. I need not take that 4 there, that side, but I just want to make you understand cross multiplication. So H is equal to, again this 4 will, I'll be shifting that side only. So 28 into 6 by 4. 4 ones are, 4 sevens are 28. So 7 into 6 will give you 48. So 48 meters will be the height of the tower. Therefore, the height of the tower is equal to 42 meters. See, so simple it is. Quite an easy sum. It may come, I don't know, for 1 mark also, they may give, can't say, or 2 marks at least they can give. So such a problem. So I hope you have understood now this problem. Okay, children. Then next comes another problem. See, another problem is, I am going to take the fourth one. The fourth problem I am going to take. So I just want to explain that fourth sum. It is one simple thing is there, but when it is so simple, also how easily it can be done. It is so simple. How simple it is, you can understand now. The fourth one, page 48. 48, just this one, previous page. So in that figure, you see there triangle TQR. A big triangle is there. Triangle TQR. See there, that figure I am just drawing. TQR, and there is another triangle PQS. And that too, how it is? It is like this. PQS. And they have joined there PR. And they have written here 1. And here, from here to here, they have written 2. See, this is the figure in the book. And what they have given in figure 2.36, QR. See, I am just going to explain this one now. QR by QS, this is given to us. In the problem they have given us, QR by QS is equal to QT by PR. They have given 2 ratios, They have given 2 ratios. So 2 ratios and one angle. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 they have given. And this is the figure. So what you should do is, see, angle 1 is equal to angle 2 also is given to you. So in the figure, though it does not appear, you have to understand there. See, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. There is a triangle there, PQR. So in the figure you should observe properly. So I am going to prove now. What to prove in this? We have to prove here that triangle PQS is similar to triangle TQR. This is for us to prove. PQS is similar to triangle TQR. See, now this is to prove for us. Now I am going to show you how. So if you have to prove PQS is similar to triangle TQR, you should see here whether SAS holds good, SSS holds good, or AAA holds good. Of course, AAA does not hold good here because we are not given angles. Only angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and they have given two sides ratios here. So you can't use AAA. You can't use here AAA. What about SSS? SSS three sides ratio are not given here. Okay, so let us see now what we can do. But of course, one thing we know here in the figure, see, I am going to write here in the figure, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. This is given to us. Please see which is angle 1 and angle 2 there. In the figure, angle 1 is equal to angle 2 means I will write now here PQ is equal to PR. See, it is like an isosceles triangle. Two base angles they have given us. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 there. And there you see one triangle PQR. You're seeing that triangle there. So, therefore, PQ is equal to PR. What happens in which triangle? In triangle PQR. In triangle PQR. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 since they have given. PQ will be equal to PR. It will be an isosceles triangle. So PQ is equal to PR means where we get PQ now, we can write where we get PR, we can write PQ, or where we get PQ, we can write PR, but according to our convenience. Okay. Now you see, we want to prove triangle PQS is similar to triangle TQR. It is already 11.56. See, always it's like this in maths. When we are explaining anything, time will be over only. So I have to stop it because it will be more, no? So let me continue within a minute, okay, children.